Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sigma Lenny episode volume 1, Rules to the Game. I started this series mainly to help you guys to have a different approach when you out here in society, and you need to be able to have wisdom and insight to watch yourself from the relationships of the world. This isn't just a country thing or a dedicated demographic or geographic location. This is all being able to have self-awareness of oneself to move oneself to the next level. What I want to talk to you guys about today in today's game, the modern woman. So you hear this term being thrown out quite frequently, and really is to basically describe what is today's woman makeup. What is today's woman's makeup, right? And traditionally, you have seen the difference in changes where a woman reflection on society is rather different than what we've had many years ago, or generations ago, we should say. So what is the modern woman? The modern woman is a woman who is empowered. She is a woman who is independent, who has learned to be self-reliant, self-sufficient, and feels she doesn't necessarily need another human being to be able to fulfill her wishes, desires, and success. Now, with that being said, how do us as gentlemen fit into that role? How do we fit in that mold? How do we move forward with the modern woman? And this raises a serious question, because a lot of guys don't know simply how to be with the modern woman. They feel like she thinks way too out of the league. Her expectations are rather high. Her sense of logic is completely irrational. And it doesn't seem like it's really going anywhere, right? Here's rules to the game. At some point, as a man, you have to learn how to initiate adaptability, but not initiating adaptability to the point of dealing with abuse, but the point of adaptability of changing a wave on how you interact with new changes. Because that's really typically, in a sense, what the modern woman is. The modern woman is just a different type of woman. It's a woman of modification, a woman of change. So, how do we put up with the changes? That means a lot of the traditional rules, a lot of the traditional features, a lot of the traditional ways of how we used to carry women over generations may not necessarily work in today's society. So, with that being said, we have to change ourselves, but change ourselves in a way that dynamically helps us to maintain control over the changes and being able to manipulate what is being set forth in front of us as the modern woman, right? Meaning, you're going to have to change the game. You're going to have to basically improve yourself and gain knowledge. Change how you move, change how you interact with such a woman, and also at the same time, letting her know you are not to be played with and you are not willing to tolerate just anything that she's willing to dish out. You can see her, quote unquote, as a, I guess, partner, allegedly, because, you know, they say that doesn't work. But the thing is it's going to have to. And the reason why I say that is you don't want to be put up in a situation where the woman jeopardizes your legacy or jeopardizing your wishes, dreams, and everything in the future that you want to fulfill in order to create the individual that you're going to be, that man. So in order for her to not penetrate that, you have to be able to learn how to keep her at bay. Rules to the game. Keep her heavily dependent upon you and do it in a way that she can see it will cause her more harm than good by not having to depend on you. That's rules to the game. Because women of today can do many, many things. And that's based on a political aspect. Because there's a lot of help that they have, a lot of assistance to be able to get them where they need to be, even if they have less than stellar backgrounds to be able to be successful in life. There's still a lot of things to be able to bring their dreams into fruition and move on to bigger and better things. So, in order for you to fit within that mold, you have to be able to have your whole table set up before you even try to join a picture like that. Unfortunately, even for the women that don't got it going on, also have power that they can use at their disposal within this new modern day society. So as a man, we have to be able to see things before they come. If she's going to be bringing you a lot of BS, you need to let it be known and set it on the table. I am not going to deal with that. I am a man and I have what I have, and I'm not going to let anyone or anything jeopardize my plight. Rules to the game. Improve yourself, whereas the modern woman has to catch up to you. Because unfortunately, throughout the years, the modern woman was a snowball effect of many, many political situations that have occurred over years. That's for fighting for women's rights. I can do better. I can do the same thing a man can do. Basically, civil rights, women's rights. All of that is a snowball effect to move into where we have, as to what we have today. So, within that game, You want to be able to play your cards right. And the way you set up your cards is, what do I want to achieve? What do I really want from a woman? What do you want? That's the biggest question you have to ask yourself. That's rules to the game. The rule to the game, ask yourself this first question. What do I truly want from a woman? What is it? Do you want a woman to lead out your legacy for you? Do you want a woman to have a child with? Do you want a woman that's going to be nice to you? Do you want that religious, virtuous woman? What do you want out of a woman? And that's the game. And the reason why that's the game is because when you don't know the answer to that question, what happens usually is you're easily able to be manipulated by the modern woman. That's a fact. She can manipulate you in any form or shape and be able to extract from you whatever it is that she wants. Anything. So, with that being said, you need to ask yourself that very big question. What is it that I want from modern day society women? See, in the past, they didn't really have to ask those kinds of questions, mainly because a lot of them was set up marriages. A lot of it was, just women from the community, people from the community who happened to grow up together, and they just decided, you're going to be my woman kind of thing. And that just transpired into growing a family. And at the time, a man had to be the breadwinner. A man had to bring home the bacon, right? He had to provide for the family. He had to be strong. He had to go out there slaving jobs just to bring home the bacon. The dynamics have changed. And within these new dynamics that we have currently today, it's causing us to be able to conform to such a system. So within that system, we got to be able to play the game right, because you don't want to. This is what you don't want to do. You don't want to go out in this world and try to control the modern day woman, because the only thing truly that's going to do to you is lead you into a path of suffering. The reason why is because the way the modern woman, the way her mind is wired today is vastly different from women of the past. And the reason for that is we are in an age of information that is easily able to be accessible to you. Okay? So, with that being said, they're going to be ahead of the curve even without even researching information, because they're going to be told. This is the whole situation with modern women being held accountable by other women. There's a sense of sisterhood there. It's the way they're being, it's the way they've been wired. And that's why as men, even though we hold each other accountable on a periodic basis, we have to also understand a sense of sympathy there as well. We have to be able to have a brotherhood. So where we understand each other and look out for one another. Because, to be honest, the world is changing so much that there's new curves and and just new ways of doing things, and eventually relationships themselves are going to be changing rather quickly into something totally different that, I'm gonna be quite honest with you, I don't think a lot of people are ready for. They are already developing artificial intelligence, AI, using information and data to be able to extract information on people's movements and behaviors and feelings. And if we don't change our way of thinking and be able to adapt to the changes, we are going to be held to the fire. That's the game. You want to be ahead of the curve. Okay. Modern women, and let's get into this. Modern women want to be empowered. That's rules to the game. She wants to be empowered. So, you say, Sigma Lenny, how do I necessarily deal with the modern day woman? How can I get her to even, I don't know, look at me, right? First and foremost, impression is everything, right? You want to make sure you come across these women as dominant, but not so much dominant as to being an asshole, but dominant that your aura speaks aggression, that your aura speaks you're not the one to be played with, period. That's the game. You can set yourself up in many ways to be able to give off that kind of aggression. Mainly a lot of that comes from being in the gym, exercising your body. And the reason why I pounce on that is because you're building testosterone. And, you know, why you think women who choose to be men, right, as far as their sexual orientation, they go for testosterone pills, because testosterone builds up that manly way of thinking. It builds your body up with manly stimulation. So from your thought patterns to being how you respond, your mannerisms, things like that are rather important. So that's the game. You want to be able to learn how to adapt to the modern day woman. Modern day women want to be empowered. Another game with the modern day woman is being able to not listen to whatever she really says. What I've noticed about the modern day woman is they will say things just to gravitate to your attention, just to seek attention. They want attention by the masses. Just look at how they spend more time on social media attention than they do in reality. They spend more time in a virtual world than they do in the physical. They really do. It's attention. And that's really based off just their natural femininity, which they continuously reject the ideology of it, but it is the truth. They're just really just exercising their inner femininity. But they're using the source as a tool to, I guess, quote unquote, get the attention that they need. So Rules to the game. Modern day women do not need to be called beautiful, gorgeous. All of those words of endearment, get rid of them. Get it out of here. And the reason why is because the modern day woman gets so much attention from social media outlets that those words of endearment seem rather nothing to them. I'm going to be honest with you. See, back in the day, you had to get a phone number. You had to walk up to a chick. A chick had to go to a specific dwelling to be able to get that attention from the other man, right? Nowadays, it's rather easy for her to get that attention from anyone. And being that that resource is available, you have to be different. You have to show something different. How do you be different? You empower her. That's the game. Empowerment. Meaning she has a job, empower that. Talk about that. She going to school, talk about that. She's into some kind of hobby, talk about that. All of the words of endearment, that comes later. Initial contact, no, don't even start it. Because I rest assure you, the last 15, 20 people, whether physical or in social media, has already called her beautiful for the day. The only way that those words will work is if she already has some sort of attraction to you when you walk through the door. That's a fact. So, with that being said, modern day women, they want to be empowered. Say, you know, how's your day going? Let me tell you something, man. Rules to the game. Modern day woman. I walked in a grocery store. And this chick, she was, you know, she looked, I want to say she was about maybe a 7, 8. And, you know, I chopped it up with her for a little bit, made a little jokey joke here and there. And I noticed something. I used a key word and I said, have a good shift. And she literally melted after I said that. And I'm like, wow, why is she all goo goo gaga over that? We're just saying have a good shift. I'm just worried, you know, concerning for your job. I didn't even realize what I was doing. So check this out. Rules to the game. I tested it again. I was an apartment, it was a condominium. And the front desk lady, and I want to say she was maybe, I want to guess and maybe say she was like Ethiopian, but she was definitely a foreign, right? But you know, she had she looked pretty good, you know. I want to say maybe a 6, 7, and you know, she had a nose ring, you know, some tats on. Her hair was pretty nice. She had some glasses on, really shiny skin. You know, it don't look like she, you know, did like crazy on fleek makeup or nothing like that. But she looked pretty decent, right? So, you know, after I came downstairs, and you know, cause she had let me up. You gotta be let on the elevators in this particular building. So, so I told her, you know, I said, you have a good shift, and her face literally changed. Like the smile, like the giggliness that was brought out of her, it just threw me off. And I was like, oh, dip. That is it. Modern day women want to be acknowledged by what they actually do, what they actually feel that they stand for. See, I told you again. Women are emotional creatures. So Same goes for modern day women. Empower what they are engaged in, something they truly feel emotional about, and empower that. That's how you gain connection with the modern day woman. Otherwise, we're just going to have a lot of bickering back and forth, and it's just not going to work. Because, I mean, look at what we have now. We got basically them versus us and us versus them, and them telling us how screwed up we are, and we also telling how screwed up they are. But that shouldn't be the end goal. The end goal should be, how can both parties join together equally without, extreme differences in opinions and everything, whereas we are at odds. We got to be able to find a way to meet in the middle. And this is how we are going to go forward with the modern day woman. If, like I said, a modern day woman disrespect you in any fashion, you cut it off the bat. There's no tolerance for disrespect. And you got to let that be known as well. You understand her position in society, but you got to also let her know what your position in society is as well. Now, don't be disrespectful, but let her know your position as well, and that, you're not going to put up with this. And don't even really give her the edge to be able to even elaborate or give a narrative on whatever it is. You just walk away, period. That's how you have to deal with modern day women, because they can be rather vindictive, and they understand the tools that's at their disposal. So with knowing that, you have to be able to trigger your tools and resources that you currently have at your disposal, which the main one of them is being able to walk away, period. You violate me, I'm walking away. It's just as simple as that. I'm going to leave a room, or I'm going to just leave the whole building. Whichever way you choose is best for that situation. All right? But that's how you deal with the modern day woman. Yeah, that's rules to the game, guys. I got a lot more coming. I want you guys to, really think about that. Put in the comments what you think. I'm really going to go ahead and, give you guys some videos on this, because I feel like, especially within the manosphere, a lot of us got to really know centrally what's really going down in order for us to move in a better direction, a direction of not danger, but a direction of empowering ourselves as well and moving into a more positive light. All right, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Peace and blessings. Rules to the Game, Volume 1.